Tony here from HRV Fitness, guys. Here's 3 tips to keep your old ass in one piece. Tony here from HRV Fitness, guys. Today we're going to be talking about strength training for over 30s. Okay, so look, I've been in the gym forever, it feels like. You know, I've probably been in there about 25, 26 years. And especially nowadays, I'm all about longevity and maintaining good technique and make sure my body stays in one piece. Okay, so today I'm going to give you 3 tips to living a little bit longer in the gym. First tip is be specific with what you're training for. Okay, so whether you're in there for weight loss, whether you're in there for strength building, whether you're in there training for a specific sport, okay, make sure you know what you're training for. Like I said last week, in the past, I've tried to go on in the gym and I've tried to train for a specific sport, and trying to lose weight, try to do this, try to do that, trying to do too many things, and you just end up falling in a heap. Okay, so be really specific with what you're trying to achieve. Nowadays, I'm pretty much just all about maintenance, man. I'm trying to keep my body intact, you know, and so if I'm training for BMX racing, majority of my training will be on the bike. Okay, I only do really 1 day in the gym specific for BMX training, and the rest of any other workouts I'm doing in there, I'm just pretty much working on my lower back, my hips, working on my shoulders, making sure my shoulders are strong, loose, and I've got plenty of mobility. So I work on all those little muscles, make sure they're strong, make sure they're loose, make sure they're operating as they should be. Okay, so that's tip 1. Make sure you're specific in the gym with what you're trying to achieve. Okay, tip 2, heavy compound lifting. Okay, so when I do strength training, I focus on the 3 big lifts. So squats, bench press, and deadlifts. When I bench press, if I'm bench pressing by myself and I want to do 1 to 3 reps, I'll do them in the rack. I set up the pins and I set the bars up just below my chest. So if I do fail, I can just sink into it, roll the bar down, and get out of the rack in one piece. Deadlifts, make sure your technique's good. You know, I mean, if your technique's a bit ordinary, you're not really sure, film it, man. Get your camera out, get your phone out, film some side-on views, and then if you need someone to have a look at it, grab one of your personal trainers, you know, or you can hit me up, send it through to me, and I'll check it out, and I'll give you some tips on how to improve your squat and your deadlift. All right, so if you do have any questions, contact somebody. Somebody's always around that can give you a hand, all right? But make sure your deadlift form's good. Yeah, I don't want to see, you know, you've got those dudes with their backs like this. You know, there is ways to fix that. Some people just go, oh, just deadlift with an arch back, that's how I do it. But there are ways to fix it, and eventually you're going to break in half, all right? So work on good posture, make sure you've got good neutral spine, and you'll live a lot longer, okay? And then squats is the other one. So make sure you're squatting in the rack, set up your safety rails. I use the safety rails as my depth gauge, okay? So I actually squat all the way down. I'll touch the bar on the safety rails every single time, and that ensures that I'm getting depth every single time, all right? You see a lot of people in the gym, especially, no one especially in particular, but I see it all the time. I see people that they don't have a depth gauge of any kind, so, and as the bar gets heavier, their squats get shallower and shallower, you know, and it's a bad habit to get into. I mean, I've done it in the past where I didn't have a depth gauge, and you know, after about 3 or 4 months, my squats end up looking at bloody half squats, and I'm what the hell happened here? So make sure you set up a depth gauge of some kind, whether you squat to the rails or you or set up a little seat or something you can touch your butt on. All right, so that's tip 2, compound lifts for strength building, okay? And then tip 3, what I do is for my maintenance work or for my accessory work, I just keep my reps high, 6 and above, 6 to 20 reps. Yeah, I do a lot of high rep work. So whether I'm working on my shoulders, lower back, hamstring work, glutes, all that sort of stuff, I try to do high rep maintenance work, and then I'll live a lot longer. So the whole reason I do this is because in the past I've tried to do heavy dumbbells and I've hurt my shoulder, or I've hurt my pec, or I've hurt something just trying to get the dumbbells up, and it's a pain in the ass. They're awkward. You know, you're burning all your gas before you even get the dumbbells up. So what I suggest is if you're going to do accessory work, just treat them as light accessories. So 6 to 20 reps. Your body will thank you for it. You'll live a lot longer. If you want to go heavy, just use a barbell. You know, look, I do heavy shoulder press, and I'll do it as a military press. So I'll do straight barbell out of the rack over my head, and then I'll drop back, and then I'll do some more accessories with dumbbells and cables. All right. So they're the 3 tips, all right? First one, be specific. Second one, stick to your compound lifts, squats, deads, and bench press for your heavy strength training. And then stick to your accessory works for high reps, 6 to 20 reps. All right, thanks guys. Make sure you subscribe wherever that thing is. There's a thing there. And then check the other video out from last week, which was jumping on the keto bandwagon. It's really good, man. I think I've dropped another couple of kilos, so I'm on my way down to 90 kilos. And yeah, that's it. Thanks guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Thanks guys.